everybody, this is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in beautiful San Diego, California. I'm hoping this is working. Still working with that new way that Facebook is doing lives and being crazy with us. So, oh good, looks like I'm working fine. Hoping that people are finding me even though I'm on a little early. That's because my daughter and her family are visiting, and we thought we'd go out a little bit later after my one and only perfect grandson, who is taking a nap, gets up. And we're going to enjoy a little San Diego. I don't know how many of you are here from San Diego, but we had quite a big earthquake this morning, just in kind of a little bit, about 20 miles from here was the epicenter. It was a shaker. It lasted quite a long time, and I've been in a bunch of earthquakes, and this was one of the longer ones and one of the stronger ones. They're saying it was 5.2, and there's a bunch of aftershocks, but those are small, so we're not feeling them. So if I start shaking during this, you'll know that we're having another aftershock. So big news starting tomorrow, okay? Starting tomorrow, everybody starts earning 10% back in rewards on all purchases as long as they're over $20. You don't get to spend them on that purchase that day. You get to come back and spend them on the next purchase. You have to opt in on that program. So the first time you're making an online purchase, it'll ask you, do you want to opt in for rewards? And the answer, of course, is yes. And then it'll have a little pop-up every time after that saying, okay, you have this many dollars of rewards. Do you want to use them after you've, made some rewards? You can save them up for a year, which is just wonderful, or you can just use them every time you order in between then. So to make all these changes to the website, the Stampin' Up website will be down tomorrow morning starting, I believe it's about 8 o'clock, and they're saying 6 to 8 hours. So if you've got any orders you want to place, you do them today. If you don't have a new catalog yet, and you're not working with somebody already, let me know. I'll send you a catalog. New catalog starts May 6th, and honestly, there's a ton more of online exclusives that if you're a real avid stamper, you will love also, and those also start May 6th. Things are starting to sell out on Last Chance. We've got several retiring in colors that have sold out in cardstock and ink and ink pads. So if you need any of that stuff, get them while they're hot. There's going to be a lot of stuff. There is a lot of stuff in the Last Chance category, but there's also a lot of stuff carrying over that you won't see in the new catalog, but it's still going to be there online, which is a little confusing. Like, for instance, all the markers are going to be online exclusives, not in the catalog. All the storage where people store their the plastic storage that Stampin' Up sells, those are moving to online exclusives. So just be wary of, be cognizant of that and check those online exclusives. Anyone in San Diego, I'm going to be doing a class at Oasis in Rancho Bernardo this Thursday morning. One of the things we're making is these cute little baskets that I think would be perfect on Easter Passover tables. You could do some like name tags, things like that. And I think they're adorable. And then we're also going to be doing a couple of spring type cards that you could use for Easter card, Passover card, Mother's Day card, and I'll bring all those different stamps so that you can choose what you want to use. Just remember too, on May 6th, a lot of things go up in price, specifically cardstock. If you're looking for cardstock, I just kind of went through all my cardstock and figured out what stuff I needed and ordered a couple more packs of things that I knew I was going to run out of soon, because I don't want to have to pay $14 instead of $11.50. And then, as per usual, if you want to see the card that we're going to make, print it out, all the measurements, etc., go to my blog later today. It'll be up. stampwithdrrobin.blogspot.com. It'll also be up on YouTube forever because Facebook is going to be getting rid of our lives after a month. Okay, so let me put you down here. Whoop, a little crooked there. Still a little crooked there. There we go. So here, I'm going to show you some more cards that I got as card swaps from On Stage. Remember I told you I got a ton of them, and we've gone through, I think, about a third of them. But here's some more. I love this technique, this starburst technique. And this one is from Blythe Clipple, and it was just a card front, so I'll have to mount that to be able to use that. Here's one using the cute little bees. Actually, she used the Be My Valentine and all these cute little, now this is online exclusive paper, and isn't that cute? Very cute card. And, she told me everything she used, but not her name on it. Oh well. This is, I didn't do any 3D swaps, but people did give me some 3D things still, which is pretty cool. So this was like a little, and this was from Jackie Beers, and it's just like a little booklet that you can use for almost anything. I think it's really cute. Okay, and now we have a few more that I kind of put into categories because these are all using the same set here. So this is from Mary Hansen, and this is all the Spotlight on Nature stamp set. And this one is also one of the paper Serene Love that's in Last Chance. And you can see, I don't know if you can see that this is embossed back here, but this is some really cool twine that was in with the otters, and that's actually carrying over even though the otters are not carrying over. And this, some more Spotlight on Nature. This one doesn't open either. That one's just a card front, and I don't have a name with it. This one is from Lisa Myers, another Spotlight on Nature. And I don't know if you can see, there's a whole bunch of Wink of Stella on these flowers that's making it shine. But that's really pretty. And then now we're into Terrific Toadstools. I love the color combination on here. You see she used that really pretty gold meshy ribbon under here, which I really like too. All right, and then who's that from? Juanita Reed from Maine. This person is from Maine. I really like it. I like all the different colors in it. All right, this is another toadstool one from Grammy's Craft Room, Wendy Bowman, who's from, not sure where, but I think that's really cool. And using the arches, I love these arches. And if you don't have them yet, you need to get the arches. And then this is a toadstool one using the toadstool paper and the ribbon from the online exclusives. And this is from Vicky Zalewski. And this one is cool. This one is from who? Alicia Thomas from North Carolina. And what's cool about this one is it's a card, but it's also a bookmark. Isn't that cool how she, and this one kind of is like a little double thing, so then that can just go in there like that. I thought that was a really cool idea. This set with the bookmarks is on Last Chance. This is that beautiful, what's it called? Oh no, I don't remember. But this is from Stephanie Ferreira. And this is one of the happiness something, this paper that I just love. And I love this little tag card like this that you just pull out. Isn't that cool? It's a nice little, you can put a gift card in there. A lot of different uses for that. This is pretty in peach, lots of pretty in peach stuff, and this is from Kay Thorpe. Ooh, I like, she even used the pretty, the peach embellishments. Oops, hold on, let me see if I have a name. No, I don't. Oh, I didn't even notice this before, so it looks like it's a totally flat card. Then you lift it up, and she's cut this out with the modern oval punch and glued it to the inside. That's really clever, isn't it? I didn't even notice that before. This one is from Evelyn Tatum. It's just a card front, again with the combining the birdhouse and the books. Both of these are on Last Chance products. If you want them, get them now. All right, and this one is a really cool one with a belly band. Yep. Come on, Mr. Belly Band, get yourself off of there. Maybe it wants to go up. This is a tight belly band. It isn't that. I love this because I love how you can see different papers. And that one lost its name too. That's too bad. All right, this one is from Nancy Reynolds. I believe this paper and for sure these hearts are on Last Chance. Whoops, what just happened here? Okay, just a really pretty card. I like all the gold she used with it. This is I'm not sure why, but this paper is not Last Chance, even though this is all Moody Mauve. This whole paper set was using the in colors that are retiring, but I think it's carrying over, which makes no sense to me, because the other stuff isn't carrying over. And this one is from I believe Joanne Graham. This is using the Tags to Go bundle to get all these keys. It's a really nice, like, if somebody's moved, etc. But that's an online exclusive, the Tags to Go. Very cool. Next one does, hold on, I'm looking to see if we got a name inside here. Nope, no name. You and I Make the Best Team. Really pretty colors. This punch, I think it's To the Point punch, that's staying, but one of the sets that matches it is staying. I believe it's this one, and the other one is going. When I say going, I mean it's on Last Chance, so that it could sell out at any time. And I gotta have a name attached to this one. The longer they stay in my possession, the more I'm losing names here. But this is the stamp set is an online exclusive too. The Distress Tile embossing folder, that is on Last Chance. Love this embossing folder. If you don't have it, you really need it. All right, so what are we going to do with our card today? We are actually going to make a card with one of the Last Chance sets, Charming Duck Pond. And I have actually had this Charming Duck Pond for quite some time, but for some reason I haven't even used it until just now. I think on one of the cards we used recently, I used these little rushes. I think that's what they're called. But I hadn't used the rest of the set, and so I thought we better do this because it's on Last Chance, and I think it's adorable. The paper is fabulous. Let's see if I can pull out some paper. to show you because some of them will be very ducky, like this one. Whoops. And the backs of them have just kind of little prints. This one's froggy instead of ducky. I use this and just cut out some of the ducks. It's a nice neutral. Love this one, the lilies, lily pads, and the rushes. A lot of nice neutral backs. Oops, that's the same. I think we saw some of these already. Didn't see that one yet. With the carps. The carps. And I think we saw, oh, here's another one we hadn't seen yet. The little lily pads on the back. So lots of different really cool paper. And the other thing that goes with this set are these dots, adhesive back dappled dots. And I believe that's pecan pie and pretty in pink and peach pie. So we're going to make a card with all of that stuff today. And I also have, I'm going to show them now because I always forget to show them when I tell you I'm going to show them at the end. But these are some other cards I made using it. So you can see I used two different DSPs, but then this one also carries over to in here. Actually, they both carry over. So that's kind of an offset gatefold card. This is another one I made. I don't know if I didn't really point that out very well, but using this die, so I took this paper and I cut out using this die, and you can see it in the back here, and then I used the rushes on top and just put it on top of one of the ones with a lots of little duckies on it. And then this one is using all the little carp and more Asian inspired. I think we'll use this, show you how to make this at some other time, but I will come back to this layout. This is Karen Titus was showing us how to use that this week. But this is the card we're going to do today. So I'm calling this a spotlight flap fold card or something like that, because usually when you do like a spotlight card, what you do is you cut out just a little piece of it and then raise it up on some dimensionals. And this isn't raised up on dimensionals, it's actually on a flap. And this is raised up on dimensionals, so it is making it raised up a little bit, and then it opens like that. So that's what we're going to make today. So first thing we're going to do, oh, I got to get my stamp cut and emboss. We're going to cut out from this piece. And as you can see, I've already used a little piece of this piece, but it's not an important part for what we need. And then what I cut with was my largest stylish shape die. And you can see there that I am not going to have to worry about what's on the rest here by doing that. But what I do need to do first is cut this 4 by 5 1/4. So let's do that first. And I'm going to kind of keep this here so that I kind of know where I'm going to want to cut this. So this is 4 over here. So you see how I'm kind of just measuring, going, oh, I don't even know if this is 5 1/4. We may have to get a new, piece, because obviously I did not do that well. Hold on. Let's get this piece because I'm going to need it to be bigger. All right, we'll get that piece with just the mama and the babies. And 4 will be about like that. I'm just trying to make sure it's sort of going to be centered in there. So I am going to cut just a little bit off of this one and then cut it at 4. And then again, trying to think about where we're going to want this. So yeah, I don't want to cut any off the bottom. So 4 by 5 1/4. So we are going to cut off some of those rushes there, but that's okay. So that will be where our little flap will go, and we'll put our happy birthday up here. So let's bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Hey Beth, thank you. I like thinking up new things, like I said. All right, I'm going to put this up a little higher than I would have if I'm just centering on the duckies, just because I don't want it that close to the bottom. All right, and again, this is the largest stylish shape circle. That's all we're cutting out today. All right, so we are going to take our piece of 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And this is Pretty Peacock. And we are going to glue down this piece first, okay? All right, so Beth's watching. Who else is watching? Say hi. Glad you guys found me, even though I was coming on a little early. Like I said, that cute little baby, my grandson, is visiting, and he is taking a little nap right now, so when he gets up, we will be going somewhere later. All right, so the next step is I am going to, I got 2 of these Spotlight on Nature piece up. Just had another little earthquake. I think we're going to have these all day now. This little one here is what I used to cut out these pieces. And what I'm doing is I don't like seeing this little flap on the back, so I'm going to end up covering it. Whoops, make it right side up. Covering it like that so I don't have to see this thing. It's just kind of like I don't like seeing, like if you put a ribbon around on here, I don't like seeing that on the inside either. So let's put this on here. So in case you're not in San Diego, we've been having some earthquakes here today. First one was pretty big. It was like, I think they're saying now it's a 5.2. So normally when we do this, we would put this up on dimensionals, but we're not going to do that because we got to do our little flap first. So the way I'm going to do this flap today, last time what I did, I guess I did it here too, is I made a little, whoops, I didn't even do a very good job of that, a little score line. This whole thing is, what is it, 3.5 by 1, and scored it about 1 inch. And that is what's going to, that little 1 inch piece is what's going to attach it back in here. And then we're going to take our little inside piece and cover it up. But first, we got to get it in the right place. So I'm going to put it approximately in the middle there, and then line this up. Again, what I'm looking at is to line it up the blue part, so all I see is blue and not through these little holes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just put that on there, and then line this up like I said so that I don't see any. There we go. Of that. And then see what I mean about I don't want to see that on my card. So we are going to put some glue on that. And then we're going to put another one of these, and this is, you know, going to face outward, so I'm not putting it like that, I'm putting it like that. And I'm putting it so that I'm lining up as best I can these little holes. Well, that was easier than the first time I did it. Good. Okay. And then we're going to need to glue this down. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on that. And first, I'm going to hold it like this and make sure I got it kind of in the right spot here, making sure this is working. Yeah. And then we're going to close the whole thing down. Okay. Whoop. Let's not let it move here. And it's not glued there, but it is glued right here. Cool, huh? And then what I did is I cut out another little ducky from this piece. It's got that on the back. This is the one I used on the other one, and then I used this one. And that's where our dimensionals are going to go, is on the back of this little one. Because remember how I said usually when you do a spotlight card, you're raising those little front duckies up. And I decided I wanted to put some there because it was kind of boring. But then I realized if I raise this up on dimensionals, that would be way easier than putting like some on here, something like that. So now it is raised up a little bit. Cool, huh? All right, let's do that inside piece now. So this is just a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. And we are gonna do some stamping here. Whoa, I have to remember what I stamped on here even. I don't know why I have some gray out here, but we're not using that. So we're going to use some peach pie, and we are going to use some Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to start with the Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to use this stamp that has just the little rushes on it. And what's really cool about this particular stamp is, hopefully you can see those, can you see those little dots right at the top? That's where, let's find the right one, these little rushes fit in. So what you're trying to do is get the top of that right under those 3 little dots. And I found, you know, and the bottom is going to rest on these stems. So what I found is I really want to line that up with the dots and then move it down, make sure the stems are where you want them to be also. Perfect. And it does leave a little bit of space on the top there, and that's just fine. It's kind of supposed to. I played with this a lot, and it always had a little space, and I decided I wanted that to be right up against the stem and the little space there. So I really focus on getting it down there. And then we're going to stamp in the peach pie again. Have a lovely day. And then we've got, for our front, our little happy birthday. Again in the peach pie. And then this is just a little 1/2 inch scrap. I save all those kind of things, you know, when I'm cutting down pages to 4 by 5 1/4. I'll save that little 1/2 inch scrap because it's perfect for this. Okay, just trying to put my ink back and everything's in the wrong place. All right, so now we're just going to take our scissors here. I'm going to slant cut these little ends. We need to put some dimensionals on the back of that. Oh, thank you, Beth, for posting the Oasis link. So if you guys want to sign up, there it is. That's wonderful of you. All right, so we got our card. I just think this is so adorable. These little ducks just make me smile. My daughter's here right now too, and she's like, Mom, this is perfect because you can use these cards for kids or adults or male or female, and I didn't even think about that when I was doing it, but she's totally right. And see, remember how I said, oh, those rushes, we're just going to cover them up somewhat anyway. All right, now let's get those cute little dots in here. Oh, wait. Got a couple other. I did cut out some of these little rushes, which I thought would be really cute to just add on here like this. It just makes it, I was kind of trying to hide the fact that it was kind of a different card. I wanted people to be a little fooled by this, but not too much. When I make cards like this that I think, I wonder if people can are really going to know what to do with these. I hand them to my husband and I say, open this, just to make sure that, you know, non-stamping people are going to be able to open this okay and not get confused. I'm just making sure there's no glue that's sticking on there. So you notice they're kind of hanging over, so you got to make sure that you're not having anything hang over that would impede that. All right, now we get to use the cute little dots. And those ones that I was showing you before, I will post those other ones on my blog, stampwithdrrobin.blogspot.com, over this week. There'll be some more. All right, so pink or peach. I think this time I'm going to use the peachy dots. And they come in two sizes. We got a big one and a little one over here. Get off of there. I love my take your pick tool. And I'm going to get another big one and put it maybe just right there. All right, so here's the one that we did today. Here's the one I did the other day. I think it's adorable little interactive card. Feels very interactive. And then here's the other ones that I was showing you that I did. There we go. So we got a whole bunch of cute little ducky cards for you guys. Adorable ducks. That's what I would have called this, but Charming Duck Pond works too. All right. Let me put you up for a second. I can get this to work. All right, so hope to see you guys on next Thursday if you're around San Diego, and if not, I'll see you next Monday at 1 o'clock. Thanks for coming, and remember, you can't order anything tomorrow off Stampin' Up, but May 6th, lots of new stuff to order, so let me know if you need a catalog or you need me to order anything for you. So take care. Bye. Whoa, 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 whoa.